Great video. Now, he did talk a little bit about something that I've talked about quite a bit on this stream. He mentioned it a couple times, hinted at it a couple times. The Scarlet Monastery. The Monastery of Scarlet. However, whatever you want to call it. The sex cult that is the Scarlet Monastery. A lot's been going on with them. And I love the Scarlet Monastery, I do. And something's going on with them. Short video here before we get into raid. What is going on with the Scarlet Monastery? And what is about to change with them? Are they going to be playable? Are they going to be fuckable? What is SM Mythic Plus, maybe? Who knows?
Datamined the model of
Let's see.
the guy that essentially formed the Scarlet Crusade in the new 10.1.5 patch. There is an alternate storyline with the corrupted Ashbringer in the new patch as well. We have heavy hints of the Scarlet Monastery of old coming soon as a Revamp dungeon. We have new Scarlet Crusade cosmetics. We have some changes to the files and the maps of the Scarlet Graveyard. While we
Hi,
know
Sam. How'd raid go today? Yesterday? It wasn't bad.
Events, we still have
got stuck
those
on Neltharion.
leaflets from a few years back that still haven't played any.
I had a tank yesterday troll me.
And we know everything has changed since then. Kalia is on the throne, Anduin is no longer ruling, Sylvanas is gone, Gen may be close to the Sorengil. Anduin is no longer ruling.
I'd bet money they're fucking. I'm just saying. Sylvanas and Anduin are walking around in a sex dungeon alone for years. They're fucking.
Sylvanas is gone, Gen may be close to the Sorengil. Even more importantly, Tyrellian, a guy super close to the Scarlet Crusade, is currently ruling the Alliance that is also of Lord Ron ability. So what is all this new data mine information, and could we be seeing the actual return
Am I
of
jealous?
the Scarlet
Hell yeah, I'm
Crusade
jealous. What are you talking about? That sounds amazing.
If you guys want to buy Total War, Elder Scrolls, or any other game, you can keep
I would
them
let
at
the
great
jailer
prices
corrupt me with
You can
rune
also get
magic
anything warcraft related, gift cards, and software,
for that to
all
happen.
below market prices. Best of all, if you add my code Doron, you can get an even bigger discount.
Sam
so
wants
make
to be
sure
bent
to
over
check out
by
my link in the
Arthas.
description and get some amazing deals with Gamivo. I'm not
You wanna
sure
add
how
some,
many
man?
of you remember the Scarlet Crusade leaflets that came around a few years back, and
Oh,
they
so really
essentially
came.
led
Oh,
nowhere, and it
interesting.
wasn't even related to the relevant storyline. Blizzard just decided to just drop them out of the blue.
Yes,
But
yeah, I agree, Burning
I
Viking.
think that might have actually been a setup for something that we could be seeing soon, and we actually have a bunch of not only new hints, but datamined maps, items, characters, and just story progressions that are currently
Good old
super
Scarlet
closely
Monastery.
related to this faction. The Scarlet Crusade itself is really...
If you played Alliance back in the day, you fucking ran your ass over there by the old Dalaran bubble and everything. You did it every day so you could get enough gold and gear and everything and level to get your mount. Scarlet Monastery was like that around level 40 thing in vanilla that you did, and when you hit level 40 back then, that's when you got your mount, and man, it was so epic. It was so epic.
A super strange faction.
Blades
They're one
of
of the
Light,
most
baby.
evil people that we have in the game, but at the same time, they're also one of the most righteous. When you think about it, their original goals are really as noble as you can get. All they literally wanted to do was to get rid of the undead.
It was
and
so
to
hard
defend
as
the
Alliance to
homeland.
get to it, and yet I
Now,
love
the
doing that
undead are
place.
now a regular race. They're playable, so everyone is tolerant. But keep in mind, when this happened with Lord Ron, no one knew undead were even a thing, and these were people that literally burned their kingdom to the ground and destroyed their families, and some of them were even their families, so to them it was just this super unholy thing. So it started with noble goals, but when combined with fanaticism and most importantly Dreadlord interference, they just descended into a cult-like fashion that they became just as bad as the undead,
Scarlet
and on
Monastery
some
is a sex
occasions
cult.
even worse. Now, a few years back we got a bunch of these leaflets just out of nowhere where they talked about how much they hate Anduin, how he's a puppet king, how they plan to leverage Gan Greyman and his disdain for Sylvanas in order to infiltrate the Alliance and free Lord Ron and restore it, even though they also hate the Worgen as well. Most importantly, they claim to hate everything about undead Kalia Manatil, but they have her son that she had with Narati Nobleman, and that he is a legit heir to the throne of Lordron, which hinted at the new kingdom of Lordron being established after the Forsaken are removed.
They gotta bring...
This could have
I personally, I mean, I don't know if you played Undead back in the day and you like the Undercity. I think they should just get rid of the Undercity and just restore Lordaeron from the top, above ground. Make it a great city. It should be.
probably was just random
What's up,
propaganda
Roman?
to destabilize the alliance, there might have been some grain of truth here, and now with the recent Datamined info, something may actually be happening with the
Cross. Oh,
could
thank you,
actually
man.
be
Yeah,
picking up this
it was on June
storyline
20. It was
from
on
those
Monday, my
leaks.
birthday.
As we
But
know,
thank you.
things have changed
I appreciate
since
that.
then significantly.
Undercity is gone right now.
The
Yeah.
king they hated and Sylvanas are both gone. Now Terrellian
Lord
is the
Ron
leader
great
of the
again.
alliance,
Yes,
who, in my
exactly.
opinion, is closer to them than to the alliance itself and a lot of the other races. When you think
Laga.
about it, Terrellian is
Laga.
the Lord or Nobleman. He's also kind of fanatical about the light. I mean, he's the leader of the Army of the Light, and they also care about the light themselves.
It would be
Most
Mlugga.
importantly,
Mlugga.
he was an
Make Lord
actual
Ron great
knight
again.
of the Silver Hand, one of the original ones. Keep in mind, the Scarlet Crusade is literally the offshoot of the Silver
up, War
Hand,
Bandit?
and many of these paladins formed the resistance, even though there was later on an ideological split. However, if there was an alternate timeline, who knows, we maybe even be able to see it. If Terrellian was around, he would have more than likely been a part of the Scarlet Crusade.
He probably would have joined the Scarlet
state.
Crusade.
Second is that Kalia Manatil came to rule the Forsaken at the end of Shadowlands, and she seems to be working with Gan Greymane to help him restore.
Except I feel like the Scarlet Crusade are like human purists. Like, if you ever notice, there are no others other than humans in the Scarlet Crusade. And our boy Terrellian was fucking an elf. So I don't know how they feel about that.
Gilneas, and Blizzard
He literally has a half-elf, half-human son.
Kingdom in the near future at the end of Shadowlands. The Scarlet Crusade itself has been completely and utterly demolished. I feel like their numbers are just super low at this point, and they have not only just lost their leadership time and time again, but pretty much the
man was in a 1,000-year war. He needs to bust a nut.
Set out to do failed. However, they without a doubt still exist. Otherwise, these leaflets and plans would not have come to light. So there is still a group, like there is the Scarlet Crusade that remains. We just don't really know how influential they are. Well, since those leaflets and even early as a few days back, a bunch of new things happened, and we have actually data-mined a lot of new information that could be relevant to this. First of all, a few months back, we got the Scarlet Crusade cosmetics with the trading posts, such as the shield. However, you know, obviously those are just cosmetics. We have also data-mined not only changes to the Scarlet Monastery, the Scarlet Graveyard, and the minimaps,
the gear and everything.
Also data-mined the model of Sedan Datrohan himself in the most recent build, the guy that quite literally formed the Scarlet Crusade as he was possessed by the Dreadlords. Now, do not get your hopes immediately up too much. A lot of the Scarlet Crusade stuff seems to be related to the Headless Horseman and the Halloween, but definitely not all of it. We know Blizzard is revamping a lot of holiday stuff.
Yeah, we did see this.
Models as well as a lot of New Year's models. There was the new Scarlet Graveyard with the new minimaps, more than likely related to this event. However, we also have heavy hints that the original Scarlet Monastery may be returning by the name of Scarlet Monastery of Old in 10.1.5. If you guys can follow the recent news, you know they already revamped some of the old instances. We know they revamped Zul'Gorob. Now they're working on revamping
you're bringing
Exodia back as well as Skolomans. So Scarlet Monastery may be coming up in this bunch as well. However, I just feel like there are way too many of these little hints and storylines for them to not make something out of this. We legit have a model of Datrohan, which could be related to a new story, or it could also be related to the alternate stuff. You don't really
I hope
know
it's not just an alternate timeline thing.
Kinda out of the blue, have a storyline related to the unclassed Ashbringer from the alternate timeline as well. And
dirty
as we know,
Ashbringer.
the Scarlet Crusade is obviously quite related to the Ashbringer. Most importantly, if their story about an actual heir is true, big things
for Mythic, thanks,
Keep in mind, they say that the
heir
is
Chad.
of the Manatil and the Arati bloodline. The Arati bloodline is essentially Stromgarde, which is a newly restored kingdom that was recently conquered by the Alliance.
Love the assets.
We know was rebuilt 100%, and it is really only a matter of time before the city itself is added into the game as an actual playable city. It is also important to note that there was a 5-year time skip, so more than 5 years had passed since these leaflets were written, and these Scarlet Crusaders might have doubled in numbers or just evolved in some way or just changed. My thoughts are we might be seeing the Scarlet Crusade rejoining the Alliance, the remnants of it, as they realize that Kalia is the rightful heir to the Manatil throne, and that the Alliance itself is now led by a Lord or a Nobleman, which definitely goes in his favor in regards to the Scarlet Crusade. Keep in mind, a bunch of the Scarlet Crusade was wiped out, mostly the fanatical bunch, so we could be seeing the more righteous members, some people that were just led astray.
A good Scarlet Monastery.
We could get a storyline with the restoration of the Scarlet Monastery and the Alliance getting yet another stronghold. Of course, it is definitely too early to say, but obviously something is going to be happening in this area, in this entire region. First of all, both factions have kind of united at this point, and their relations are really better than ever. There are hints that the Forsaken plan
we're all happy friends now.
Which
it's a world of friendcraft.
This kingdom. In the canon lore, Stromgarde has already been rebuilt. It is an actual functioning alliance city, so we could also be seeing some of these remnants of the original defenders of Lordaeron, the Scarlet Crusade, getting a pardon and restoring either some part of the Plaguelands or the Scarlet Monastery itself. Furthermore, some people have speculated about Avalon and Avaloran. As you may know, New Avalon was
Bellular's all about that Avalon shit.
Settlement of the Scarlet Crusade, and now we have this potential new continent of Avaloran, this potential new
Avaloran, new continent. They're saying that's what the name of the new continent will be on the other side of Azeroth.
This new lore. However, personally, I do think this is really just a coincidence, just like a similar naming convention. I really can't see any type of relation between the Titan-forged rebels of Avaloran and the Scarlet Crusade and New Avalon. Of course, most of this is speculation, as we have a bunch of these hints just kind of thrown everywhere just all over the place, not really organized, but there just seems to be way too much activity
Revamp
around this part of the continent.
That'd be nice too.
For nothing to end up happening. Thank you for watching. Check out all the Revamp videos by clicking on the screen, and check out Donald's Academy for videos on real world history. See you next time.
Yeah, we'll see. We will see. I love the Scarlet Monastery. I hope more of that shit comes into the game.